Today, I built a massive area in a giant hole in the ground. This is the Chronon Pit. But before I start on that, I have some custom trees to build to liven up my base. I call this area of my base the Acropolis district. In ancient Greece, the upper and more elite areas of cities were known as acropolises, and the area I'm decorating is basically the Acropolis of my base, containing essential builds such as my storage room and nether portal. And yes, I'm using dripstone to build trees. That was cool, but I promised you a hole in ground, and it's a hole in ground you get. It's time to work on the Chronon Pit, but I do have a small disclaimer to give. You see, this project was started off camera as I play this world mainly for fun. It wasn't until later that I actually started recording this as content for the video, so the time-lapse starts a bit late. With that disclaimer aside, let's get into another time-lapse. I'll get back to building later, but first I want to show you a clip of something very odd I found. I just was about to AFK at my shulker farm, and I go down here, and at the bottom of the world, there's a shulker. Oh my god, he's in the void. Okay. I do not want to take void damage, I do not want to die. I only have 2 rockets in my inventory, but that guy is literally at the bottom of the world. How to get down there? How to get down there? It's definitely a shulker entity, because he's a hitbox, he's like looking around, and you can't place blocks that low anyway, but like... Whoa, what the heck? Sometimes you just encounter oddities like that, I guess. That's weird. That is so weird. Oddities aside, let's do some more building. Oh my... This wandering trader just dropped down from, like, I don't even know where, but he just, like, dropped down from the sky and landed on the powder snow. How did you get down here, bro? Bro knows how to find me. God dang. Dang, I was not expecting that. I thought it was, like, a zombie or something, but nope. Wandering trader. That was strange. Well, anyway, let's get back into a time lapse. I spent a lot of time lighting up the caves under my base while working on this project. During one of those sessions, I found something really rare. I was just randomly lighting up caves, and I found a skeleton spawner. And, okay, so what? So it's a skeleton spawner. That's not that good, is it? It's pretty good! There's a zombie spawner right next to it. I found a double spawner. These are incredibly rare. I don't know how rare this is, but these are definitely in range of each other. It's completely useless, but, I mean, it's definitely a rarity, and that's really cool. That is actually like a double spawner right here. These are the coordinates. It's actually right by our base. And, yeah, I just thought that was extremely cool. Wow! I don't think I've ever found 2 spawners in this close proximity before. The Chronon Pit is almost done. Let's wrap it up with some finishing touches. The whole reason I built this pit in the first place was to access an Amethyst geode, although the project has turned into much more of a creative work than purely an access point. But anyway, we should probably turn that geode into a proper farm already. I can't believe I didn't do this beforehand. The Amethyst farm is now kind of done. Well, I realized that it's not actually that efficient, and all the hoppers are creating lag, so at the end of the day the Amethyst farm is kind of pointless to make, but at least we now have a cool machine and we can just activate the flying machines one by one and harvest all the crystals. So that's something. But yeah, the Chronon Pit is done, and it is really cool. Oh, it feels so good. Took way longer than I expected though. And yep, there is actually also a secret parkour that you can take all the way up to the top, and I'm not going to do it right now, but you could do it if you wanted to. And there's a lot of other cool stuff here. We have paintings everywhere, and I don't know if I showed this on camera, but I made this little band room in there that I'm really proud of. Basically, if you go over to this ledge and then go down this little cave, boom, grunge band. I came up with some really cool build hacks. I'm very proud of this, like guitar thingy and this drum set. I used some armor stand magic and also some custom textures from a resource pack I've made. They're just renamed sheets of paper. I also made this very funky tree with oak mini blocks, fence gates, and even an armor stand in there. But yeah, it's a very fun build, and it's actually day 7,499. And 7499 isn't some 1,000-day milestone, but it's still a pretty big moment, because day 7,500 will mark 3/4 of the way to 10,000 days. Which is a long-term goal of mine in this world. I know that it's kind of hard to excuse how long the Chronon Pit actually took, and that's partially just because it was really, really detailed. Whether it's worth it is questionable to most people, though I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it. Although I did do other stuff other than just the Chronon Pit in this last 500 days that this episode covered. Although it wasn't stuff that I spent a while on. The main focus was definitely the Chronon Pit. Namely, I made a lot of progress just in the last little bit on this massive area. I finished the Chronon Pit around day, I want to say 7,400, 7,410. And then I also, in the middle of the Chronon Pit project, around I'm going to say 7,200. I'm not sure exactly. I took a break from the project and just spent a day doing a bunch of terraforming. And I absolutely transformed the Acropolis Highlands is what this region is called, with a bunch of custom terrain and really cool custom trees that I came up with using dripstone. This is dripstone. You may find this a little weird that my sole focus during this time wasn't on the project, and I didn't record any time lapses of this or that, but at the end of the day, my world is not for content. I play this world to have fun in Minecraft, whether or not that suits the content, and if it goes well into a video, I make a video on it. Although there's definitely been a lot of stuff that I just haven't made videos on because I've done it in the middle of a project, or it wasn't enough, or it was unrelated. And 500 days is a lot of time to spend in one video, though I didn't really spend all of it working on the video. I spent a lot of it just playing in the world. And it's day 7499 and the sun is setting. 7,500 days in hardcore Minecraft. Let's go! And that's the only days that I'm surviving, because I'm gonna die right now. No. One incredible spot to view the base from is my outpost transformation right here. And if I fly all the way up here, you can see the base in the distance, and it just looks so good. In my opinion, damn! The more I add, the better it seems to look. Oh. I love the way that turns out. But yeah, that's about it for me today. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.